Good day everyone, I'm Lavinia Vivaldiza and I'm going to discuss with you the life and works of Jose Protasio Mercado Rizal Alonso A. Quintos Realonda. This is the topics we are going to discuss. Jose Rizal, the national hero of the Philippines and pride of the Malayan race, was born on June 19, 1861 in the town of Calamba, Laguna. He was the seventh child in a family of 11 children, 2 boys and 9 girls. Both his parents were educated and belonged to distinguished families. His father, Francisco Mercado Rizal, an industrious farmer whom Rizal called a model of fathers, came from Binyan, Laguna, while his mother, Chidora Alonso A. Quintos, a highly cultured and accomplished woman with whom Rizal called loving and prudent mother, was born in May 6, Santa Cruz, Manila. At the age of 3, he learned the alphabet from his mother. At 5, while learning to read and write, he already showed inclinations to be an artist. He astounded her family and relatives by his pencil drawings and sketches and by his moldings of clay. At the age of 8, he wrote a Tagalog poem, Sa Aking Mga Kabata, the theme of which revolves on the love of one's language. In 1877, at the age of 16, he obtained his Bachelor of Arts degree with an average of excellence from the Ateneo Municipal de Manila. In the same year, he enrolled in Philosophy and Letters at the University of Santo Tomas, while at the same time took courses leading to the degree of Surveyor and Expert Assessor at the Ateneo. He finished the latter course on March 21, 1877 and passed the Surveyor's examination on May 21, 1878. But because of his age, 17, he was not granted license to practice the profession until December 30, 1881. In 1878, he enrolled in medicine at the University of Santo Tomas but had to stop in his studies when he felt that the Filipino students were being discriminated upon by their Dominican tutors. On May 3, 1882, he sailed for Spain where he continued his studies at the Universidad Central de Madrid. On June 21, 1884, at the age of 23, he was conferred the degree of licentiate in medicine, and on June 19, 1885, at the age of 24, he finished his course in philosophy and letters with a grade of excellence. Having traveled extensively in Europe, America, and Asia, he mastered 22 languages. These include Arabic, Catalan, Chinese, English, French, German, Greek, Hebrew, Italian, Japanese, Latin, Malayan, Portuguese, Russian, Sanskrit, Spanish, Tagalog, and other native dialects. He was an expert swordsman and a good shot. In the hope of securing political and social reforms for his country and at the same time educate the countrymen, Rizal, the greatest apostle of Filipino nationalism, published. While in Europe, several works with highly nationalistic and revolutionary tendencies. In March 1887, his daring book, Noli Me Tangere, a satirical novel exposing the arrogance and despotism of the Spanish clergy, was published in Berlin. In 1890, he reprinted in Paris more the Sucesos de las Islas Filipinas with his annotations to prove that the Filipinos had a civilization worthy to be proud of even long before the Spaniards set foot on Philippine soil. On September 18, 1891, El Filibusterismo, his second novel and a sequel to the Noli and more revolutionary and tragic than the latter, he was printed it in Ghent. Because of its fearless exposures of the injustices committed by the civil and clerical officials, Rizal provoked the animosity of those in power. This led himself, his relatives, and countrymen into trouble with the Spanish officials of the country. As a consequence, he and those who had contact with him were shadowed. The authorities were not only finding fault, but even fabricating charges to pin him down. Thus, he was imprisoned in Fort Santiago from July 6, 1892 to July 15, 1892 on a charge that anti-fire pamphlets were found in the luggage of his sister Lucia, who arrived with him from Hong Kong. While a political exile in the Pitans, he engaged in agriculture, fishing, and business. He maintained and operated a hospital. He conducted classes, taught his pupils the English and Spanish languages, the arts, the sciences, vocational courses including agriculture, surveying, sculpturing, and painting, as well as the art of the self-defense. He did some researches and collected specimens. He entered into correspondence with renowned men of letters and sciences abroad, and with the help of his pupils, he constructed water dam and a relief map of Mindanao, both considered remarkable engineering feats. His sincerity and friendliness won him the trust and confidence of even those assigned to guard him. His good manners and warm personality were found irresistible by women of all races, with whom he had personal contact. His intelligence and humility gained for him the respect and admiration of prominent men of other nations, while his undaunted courage and determination to uplift the welfare of his people were feared by his enemies. When the Philippine Revolution started on August 26, 1896, his enemies lost no time in pressing him down. They were able to enlist witnesses that linked him with the revolt, and these were never allowed to be confronted by him. Thus, from November 3, 1896 to the date of his execution, he was again committed to Fort Santiago. In his prison cell, he wrote an untitled poem known as Ultimo Adios, which is considered a masterpiece and a living document expressing not only the hero's great love of country, but also that all of Filipinos. After a mock trial, he was convicted of rebellion, sedition, and of forming illegal association. In the cold morning of December 30, 1896, Rizal, a man whose 35 years of life had been packed with varied activities which proved that the Filipino has capacity to equal, if not excel, even those who treat him as a slave, was shot at Bagong Bayan Field. The Mercader Rizal family. The Rizals is considered one of the biggest families during their time. Domingo Lamco, the family's paternal ascendant, was a full-blooded Chinese who came to the Philippines from Amoy, China in the closing years of the 17th century and married a Chinese half-breed by the name of Ines de la Rosa. Researchers revealed that the Mercader Rizal family had also traces of Chinese, Spanish, Malay, and even Negrito blood aside from Chinese. Jose Rizal came from a 13-member family consisting of his parents, Francisco Mercado II and Chidora Alonso Relonda, and 9 sisters and 1 brother. Francisco Mercado, father of Jose Rizal, who was the youngest of 13 offsprings of Juan and Chirilla Mercado. Born in Binyan, Laguna on April 18, 1818, studied in San Jose College, Manila, and died in Manila. Chidora Alonso, mother of Jose Rizal, who was the second child of Lorenzo Alonso and Brigida de Quinto. She studied at the Colegio de Santa Rosa. She was a business-minded woman, courteous, religious, hardworking, and well-read. She was born in Santa Cruz, Manila on November 14, 1827 and died in 1913 in Manila. Saturnina Rizal, eldest child of the Rizal Alonso marriage. Married Manuel Timoteo Hidalgo of Tanwan, Batangas. Pasiano Rizal, only brother of Jose Rizal and the second child, studied at San Jose College in Manila, became a farmer and the later of General of the Philippine Revolution. Narcisa Rizal, the third child, married Antonio Lopez at Morong Rizal, a teacher and a musician. Olympia Rizal, the fourth child, married Silvestre Ubaldo, died in 1887 from childbirth. Lucia Rizal, the fifth child, married Matriano Harbosa. Maria Rizal, the sixth child, married Daniel Faustino Cruz of Binyan, Laguna. Jose Rizal, the second son and the seventh child, he was executed by the Spaniards on December 30, 1896. Concepcion Rizal, the eighth child, died at the age of 3.